everybody. I know you came here early. I wasn't supposed to be here. I was supposed to be on the flight, but because of the storm here in Florida, my flight got canceled to a later time. So fortunately for all of us that's coming in, I get to be here and do this prayer and meditation with you. So because my flight got pushed back to a later time, that makes it good for me to finish this last day out, which is quite divine, because that means the last day of our prayer, Deeper Into God prayer and meditation series is today, day 12, and you get to be with me for it. And if you see the pin right there, you see what it says, follow through. Hold on, let me do something real quick. So it says to follow through. So you've been here with me for all these days. If you was following me on Facebook, you'd actually been here for 24 days. 24 days straight. Because I did, one series was Depths Into God, and this series is Deeper Into God for Instagram. So if you was with me on Facebook, then you've been with me for 24 straight days. And if you've been with me here on Instagram, you've only been with me here for 12. So these deeper prayer and meditation, Deeper Into God prayer and meditations have enriched my life, enriched yours. So many revelations have opened up, so much clarity of mind that comes in, so much peace that comes over, and so much patience that comes with these Deeper Into God prayer and meditations. So this has just been so revealing to me. So many epiphanies came within the time I've been doing these Deeper Into prayer meditations, and so many epiphanies, so many new revelations that it only enhances my life to help you grow. So let's get still, let's get quiet, let's find a place of peace. Let's make this last day of the Deeper Into God. Now let me remind you, it's only the last day of our prayer and meditations. It's not the last day of me teaching. It'll just be the last day of prayer and meditation. So let's just go deeper into God, right? And who is God? Is God out there? Is God outside you? Is God a man? Is God a woman? My definition of God, if you want to know, my definition of God is the infinite, eternal, everlasting presence. This is my definition of God. God is infinite. God is eternal. God is everlasting. And God is present everywhere. Within me, outside of me, in the heavens. So when I speak and call out to God, I call out in every space available to me to grab God from inside me and from outside me. So let's go into our deeper in prayer meditation. This last one is titled Follow Through, and it's only significantly important that I title it Follow Through, because everything that you learn. So God, right now, I'm gonna stop talking and ranting. God, right now, we just come to you humbly, asking you for guidance, for wisdom, for strength, for purpose, for divine intervention of our walk and our step in where we go. God, today we ask that from every which where we go, every which place we go, everything that we do, you are in it, you are in us, you are with us, you are there before us and after us, continuously taking care of the things that we lay tracks down for, God. And so we come humbly, we come gracefully, we come mercifully, we come surrendering, we come under the captivating knowledge and wisdom and infinite oneness of your presence, of your being, of your knowledge, of your wisdom, of your intuitiveness. Oh God, I pray that you keep us inquisitive, always seeking, searching, asking, learning, God. We just always keep our minds open so the pouring in can come. Oh God, I just thank you right now. We thank you right now for these moments that we've had together, for these 24 days essentially that we had together, 12 days on Instagram that we had together. And I'm just thankful right now for these 12 days that they've been so revealing, so fulfilling, so nourishing, so satisfying, God. And we just thank you for entering into our souls, entering into our hearts, entering into our minds and in our spaces, in our homes, granting us the peace that we so ask for in these meditations, granting us the vision so that clarity comes in and we can begin to write things down, granting us, oh God, the mission, the purpose work, oh God, granting us the light to turn on inside of us so that we can see beyond our natural abilities, our natural selves, our limitations that we place on ourselves, so that we can see beyond fear, doubt, worry, scarcity, scaredness. God, we thank you right now for this moment. We thank you for clearing the way, clearing the path, opening up, oh God, the channels within our hearts, opening up the channels so that these vessels of the words that I speak, these words become vessels. Let these words become vessels, so that these vessels can ship and transport and travel throughout the canals of our hearts, throughout the canals in the streams of our thoughts, throughout the canals in the streams of our being, God. Let these words become vessels, so that every time, God, we speak a word, we're packing cargo onto that ship. We're packing something with it. Something for us to follow through behind. Something to carry with us. God, we ask that you open up this way. Open our eyes. Help us become to be who we're naturally meant to be. Help us to be this. For we surrender to the greatness that is within us. We surrender to the greatness, and that means that we know that there is greater lying within us, so we don't settle for less. We surrender to the greatness within us, God. And so for those of us who don't know how to tap into, find that greatness within, just say you surrendering to the greatness now. Say you surrender to the greatness right now. I surrender to the greatness that is inside of me, because greatness is next to God. So elevation is next to greatness, and greatness is next to God. So we ask that in every step, in everything that we do, we become elevated in it. We be elevated in it. Let us be elevated in our thoughts. Let us be elevated in our souls and in our hearts. Let us be elevated in our work. Let us elevate ourselves. Let us begin to love ourselves so we know how to administer love. Love thy neighbor as you love yourself. And so we must know how to love self before we can love anyone. And so let the love of self pour in, so that those who come around me, come in my space, come in my existence, knows what true love is because of the true love I have for self. That I will not let up off the love that I have for me. So I cannot hate my brother. I cannot hate my sister, because to hate my sister is to say hate is in me. To hate my brother is to say hate is in me. There is no self-love in me. Because only love can come from a place of love. So I cannot hate my brother, God. I cannot hate my sister, God. I can only love my brother and my sister because I love myself. And to love them is to love myself. To know love is to live love, to be love. So that I know what I am giving. I know that what I am serving to my brother and sister. I cannot be a chef and not be able to explain the food to the customer, the patron that I am cooking the food for. How can I be a chef if I don't know what I'm cooking? How can I be love how can I serve love if I don't know what I'm cooking inside of me? If I don't know love inside of me, how can I explain love if I don't know love? How can I serve someone love if I don't know love? How can I serve someone a dish I know nothing about if I'm supposed to be a chef? So we ask today that we follow through on our love, our promises to ourselves. That we follow through on the promises to ourselves, that we love ourselves. We follow through. Yeah, emotions are going to come. Yeah, things are going to happen. Jobs are going to be lost. Homes are going to be repoed and cars are going to be repoed. But it doesn't stop me from knowing greatness within me, God. So I surrender to the greatness, because they can take a home, they can take a car, but they can't take the greatness that lies within me. And so still I rise, and I will continue to rise because of the greatness I know that is within me. For I know a home is just a tool. For I know a vehicle is just a tool. But it is the word that I tell myself. It is the word that I sow in my heart. It is the word that I implant in my being. It is the word. It is what I tell me, myself and I. It is what I tell me, what I sell me, what I begin to buy and believe into. This is what I am. I become, I be what I sell myself. What I sell myself and buy into that belief. I be that. That's what I be. And so we ask to follow through today on what we sell ourselves, what we tell ourselves. Let us follow through. If we are great, then let us be great. Let us stand in greatness. Let us do great things. Let us pull from the depths of greatness. Let us pull from the pits of greatness. Let us pull from the bowels within of greatness. Let us not forget what we tell ourselves. Let us tell ourselves that we are great. It is not who has the most knowledge thing. It is not who got the most master's degrees thing. It is not who is the most highly prolific speaking one. It is not who's the most articulate one. It is not who's the most communicative one. It is not who's the most good looking one. It is not who's the most successful one. It's about who is the most proficient one. Who's the most proficient in their own self-belief. How proficient are you in your own self-belief? How proficient are you in believing in self, in loving yourself, in telling yourself? How proficient are you? How proficient are you in telling yourself? How proficient are you in telling yourself, I love me, I am great, this belongs to me, I deserve, I am. How proficient. And not who has the highest proficiency, because we don't even measure who has the highest proficiency, because truthfully, if you're proficient, you're proficient. There's no measure to it. There's no measure to the proficiency. If you're proficient, you're proficient. One proficiency can be no greater than the other's proficiency. And so if I'm proficient and if you're proficient, we're both proficient. And so let us just be proficient in saying and telling ourselves in the self-belief. Let's be proficient in our self-belief. I cannot be more proficient than you. I can just be proficient at telling myself I'm great. And if you're proficient in telling yourself you're great and loving yourself, you're just as proficient as me. I'm just as proficient as you. How proficient are you in telling yourself? I mean, do you get up every day? This is proficiency. Do you say it every day? Do you remind yourself to say it every minute, every 5 minutes, every hour? How proficient are you? Do you do this every day? Do you remind yourself to do this? Do you write it down? God, I'm asking for us to follow through. So we must be proficient in following through, in writing it down, in telling ourselves, in walking the walk, so that we begin to see and the path becomes clear and the channels become open, that these words become vessels. These words become vessels to open the channels of our heart and begin to travel and transport themselves to the places they need to be, to the people that need to hear them, to the cities that need our hand and our service, to the countries that need our presence. We must be proficient. And so we ask today in this prayer to follow through on our proficiency. Let us be proficient in following through. Let us not leave today prayer and meditation. My prayer today for you, my personal prayer, is that you do not leave this meditation, this prayer and meditation the same. My prayer for you is that you don't leave this prayer and meditation series the same. That you give a little bit more than you used to give. And I'm not talking about to someone. I'm talking about to you. That you give to yourself a little bit more than you used to. Take one more opportunity to give to yourself. One more chance. When you're looking at something, singing something, do it that one time. If you never do it that once. And if you do it one time, do it twice. And if you do it 3, then do it 4. Do it just one more time. Do something that you always do, but do it an extra 5 minutes. Do it an extra day, or do it an extra week. Whatever you do, whatever it is, my prayer for you is that you be more proficient. You be proficient at this prayer and meditation life, so that you begin to open channels and walk in this space. If you write an affirmation, write one more affirmation. If you write 5 affirmations a day, write 6, one more, write one more. Walk for 10 minutes a day, walk 15 minutes. Or another minute. But whatever it is, wherever you are, whatever you do, be proficient. Just do it. My prayer for you is that you follow through. Don't say, I do this and this is all I can do. This is all I'm giving. Because deep down inside you, there's more to give, and you know this. And I'm not lying when I say this, but deep down inside of you know there's more to give. And my prayer is that we stop doing the typical thing, looking for an outside source for where to grab from to give to. See, I'm going to say that again. My prayer for you today is that you stop looking for an outside source to grab from in order to give to something or someone. You can't take from something to only, you can't take from an outside source only to give back to the outside source. There must be a duality. You cannot pull from one thing and give it back to one thing. You must pull from one thing and give it to a different thing, another thing. There must be a duality. There must be a left and a right, an up and a down, a front and a back. There must be something. There must be a duality to your service to yourself. And so you're either pulling from outside, giving to yourself, or you're pulling from within, giving to outside. There cannot be a pulling from outside only to give back to the outside. And so I am saying to you today, don't seek to grab something from the outside if you're not grabbing it for it to be a service for yourself. But you cannot say, I want to do more, and think that it's going to take outside sources for you to give back to the outside sources. But when you are looking to give more and do more, you can only pull that from within. And when you do that, you don't have to work for it. It shows up. Remember, the idea is to not work for it. Not work for it. This is true manifestation. So our meditation today is going to be to not work for it, so that we follow through. We need to follow through, and not just as I end the prayer session and say thank you to the everlasting eternal presence of God that is in me, in through you, in me, and lives through me, lives as me, lives with me, lives for me. And as for you, I just want to say I'm thankful in this space because the revelation has been revealed of what the meditation is. And the meditation is our follow through should come at zero cost, no price. Why? Because it is coming from somewhere free. It is coming from within us. So it should come at zero cost. Because it should come from within. It shouldn't cost us anything. It should be free. So what we're searching to do should come from within. And it doesn't, and it's something that you don't have to work for. So because the idea is to not work for it. Not work for it. You get what I'm saying? That's the idea of true manifestation. Manifesting is to not work for it. True manifestation is to not work for it. Not go and work for it. So, let us not work for it. Let us not work for it. And let's pull from within us the meditation. want to acknowledge you. I know you're here. Let us meditate. Let us do the meditation. Come on, let me stop. Close your eyes. Sit with me, go with me. Oh my God. Oh my. A big wave just came over me. A big wave. Hairs on the back of my neck stood up. A big wave just came over me. This is good. I believe that wave was the acknowledgement of a job well done for these deeper into God meditations. A job well done. That's what I believe. And so the follow through and what I want us to do in meditation today is to get silent. Sit beyond with me. Sit with me. Let's go. Let's go. My guided meditations are really good. And I really, really, really want you to go with me here. Together. Close your eyes. Be still in your being. Be still in your presence. This meditation is going to be deep. And go with me into this dark, very pitch black tunnel. A dark tunnel. A tunnel in which you can see nothing. Nothing. You can see nothing. And you can see no thing. Go with me here right now. And you're like in a tunnel, like a train tunnel. Imagine a train tunnel. And you're standing in the middle of this train tunnel. And you can see nothing, so you're scared to move. There is no movement, and that's why I want you to be still. There is no movement because you cannot see in front of you. You cannot see on the side of you. You cannot see behind you. You cannot see what's going on. And you're scared to move. You're scared to move because it's so dark in this tunnel. Go with me here. I'm going to use my bells throughout this because I want to induce this meditation even deeper and deeper and deeper. And breathe. Breathe through the nose. Breathe through the nose. Let that breath rise. And let it sit at your crown. Hold it for about 10 to 15 seconds. Hold that breath for about 10 to 15 seconds. Still in this dark tunnel. Still in this dark space. Dark tunnel. A dark space. A dark tunnel. A dark space. And there's no one around you. And it feels kind of scary. But it feels okay. And it's okay to cry. It's okay to let out what you're feeling. Scared. The afraidness that you're feeling. It's okay to shed tears. It's okay to release. It's okay to feel frightened. It's okay to scream because you don't know where you are. And you're in this dark tunnel. You're in this dark space. And I want you to go here with me. And I want you to feel that you are in this space alone by yourself. Dark, right? And all of a sudden, you feel the presence of this hand grab your hand. You feel the presence of this hand grab your hand. But you cannot see. And it's a tiny hand. It's a little hand. It's a small hand. It's the hand of a child. Not your child. You don't know what child. You don't know whose child. It's just the hand of a child. And I want you to sense the overwhelming feeling that I just got. Of all of that fear, being alone in that tunnel by yourself has gone away now because of this child. Because your whole mood switches and your whole emotions shift from being afraid to now being protective. And now feel the boldness, the braveness, the protectiveness, I'm going to get us through this feeling come over you when that child's hand grabs onto yours. But you can't see the child. You can just feel their hand. And you know they're there. And all of a sudden, the shift takes place within you. A shift takes place from fear to worry to scared to frightened to protective to I got this to I'm going to be strong for us to don't you worry, I'll get us out of this. Don't you worry, I'll get us out of this. I'll get us out of this. Let us breathe again. Let us keep going deeper and deeper and deeper into God. God is showing me something today. And so we got to go deeper today. Breathe in. Be still. Hold that breath at the top. Slowly, slowly, slowly. We'll open slightly parted lips. Slightly parted. You want to release that breath slow. Still feeling. And keep your hands. Your hands should be open so you can feel the presence of this little girl's hand or this little boy's hand. Your hands should be open so you can feel the presence of their hand in yours. In this dark space, this dark tunnel. That you cannot see your hand in front of your face. You cannot see nothing. And you just began to take this hand. And you began to walk. And you don't know where you're walking, but you're walking. And you're walking with this assurance that everything is okay, that you are walking in a guided direction. You are walking in a protected space, a protected direction, that you're not going to run into anything. So just begin to walk and walk and walk and walk with this child. And walk and walk and walk and walk and walk and walk. And I want you to look down, even though you can't see anything. I want you to place your eyes should be facing downward. Let your eyes be downward. Face your eyes downward. And even in this meditative space, with your physical eyes being closed, I want you to take your spiritual eye and close them. And I want you to focus your eye on the third eye chakra. Focus on the third eye. That's right there near the center of your forehead, just above the bridge of your nose. And I want you to focus on the third eye. With the hand of this child still holding on to yours. And you should see exactly what I see when I tell you. You should see exactly what I see when I tell you. With your eyes, with your physical eyes closed and your spiritual eye closed, put your focus on the third eye. And that is the only eye open. And now I want you to begin to open your spiritual eye, not your physical eye, but your spiritual eye. And you should see yourself with this giant mountain in front of you. This big, blue, majestic, electrifying mountain standing in front of you, tall as your eyes could see. Lift your spiritual eyes toward this mountain and look around you where you're standing in the stream of clear water, shallow to the ankles, with this child. And you see to your right or to your left, whichever way you're holding this child, the beautiful eyes, the white bright eyes that light up, and the smile of this child looking up, the security that this child feels with you, the protection that this child feels with you, but the overwhelming sensation of love that overcomes you because you got you and that child through. You trusted in your heart, you trusted in love, you trusted in the space that you were with God in that dark tunnel, and that as you just trusted, and you trusted in the space of God, and you trusted in your heart, and you trusted in the protection that overcame you, you find yourself now standing in front of this beautiful, blue, majestic, electrifying mountain, staring back at you, so gargantuous, so huge, so big and overpowering, overwhelming, and it's just standing there still, presently powerful. I want you to know that this is God. This is God with you. This is God with you. And you look down at that child and you see this child. And this child is so happy. But they didn't know you were afraid at once. They just trusted in your trust. And you led them out. You led both of you out. Standing in this field of green grass and the mountain in front of us, and you're standing in shallow, deep water, with a shallow, deep stream of water, ankle deep. And you can feel the cold sensation of the water stream running by you. And in the field of the grass, there's pretty yellow, purple, white looking flowers blooming everywhere. And you're just in this beautiful field, this beautiful space where this beautiful, powerful, majestic mountain is just standing there in front of you, gazing at you. And you're gazing at it, and you can feel the water running beneath you, and you can see the flowers and the colors everywhere. Vibrancy, love, peace, stillness, oneness, harmony, balance, equilibrium of your mind and of your heart and of your soul and of that child. And this child that you're holding the hand of is you. The child was not a stranger, but it was the child in you that was afraid until you began to hold the child. It was the child in you that was afraid in the tunnel until you began to hold the child's hand and recognize that your afraidness can no longer subside, that you must remove it, and you must now begin to be a protector for this child. And then when you get out into the open and you see the beauty and the love of this space that you're in, and you see the beauty of this child, but you recognize, whoa, the child looks exactly like me when I was a child. This is me. The child is you. I'm telling you, this is how you follow through when you are no longer afraid. When you're no longer afraid, you will begin to follow through. When you're no longer afraid, you will begin to follow through. When you're no longer afraid, when you remove the fear, when you remove the frightness, when you remove the fear, because that little child inside of you that got big dreams and big hopes, that little child that's inside of you, that is leaning on you, trusting in you to be the protector, to guide them out. And then you get out. And then you get out. Let's breathe in this space of beauty. In this space of beauty. You see the peace in your space. Breathe in through the nostrils. Let it rise. Let it sit. Hold it. And be in awe of the beauty you see in front of you. The beautiful, big, gigantic, majestic mountain staring back at you, not harming you. Just want you to know that I'm here, and want you to admire it as it admires you, staring back at you. And it can seem overwhelming. Sometimes our problems seem overwhelming, but they're just staring at us. And it is us to accept the problems, how we accept them. Do we accept with love? Are we love? Are we proficient in the things we tell ourselves and what we tell our mountain? Are we proficient in what we say to this beautiful mountain? Do you tell the mountain it's beautiful? Or do you stand in fear of this mountain? But the mountain is there in beauty, saying to you, I'm here just to show you that I'm with you. You're beautiful just as I am. And the grass that you look around you with the pretty yellow, purple, and white flowers blooming from the grass fields, in the water, the stream of water that's running beneath you, running by you as you stand in this water with this child. And then you look down and you see this child, but you recognize this It's not a strange child. This is you. Because in the tunnel, there was fear. In the tunnel, you was afraid. In the tunnel, you didn't know. In the tunnel, you didn't know where you were going. In the tunnel, you didn't know what you were doing. In the tunnel, you were afraid up until the child laid their hands inside of yours, and all of your fear goes away now. Because you have to now figure out how you're going to get the both of you out of that tunnel. But then when you just put your head down, when you put your head down and you focus from your third eye, when you focus on a bigger vision, a better picture, a beautiful picture will show up, so that when you lift your eyes up, there's beauty standing all around you. When you begin to focus on a beautiful picture, when you begin to envision beauty, when you envision beautiful things, when you envision lovely things, when you envision good things, then when you lift your eyes, will you see this is the power of manifestation. This is the art of manifestation. When you begin to trust in with what you see, when you begin to see within the mind's eye, something beautiful, something lovely, something good. So when you lift up your physical eye, all you see is beauty, lovely, good all around. And that child whose hand you were holding in that dark tunnel, when you got out of that tunnel and you saw the smile and the white eyes of that child's face light up, the energy in this child, but then you recognize that the child was just you. And I'm here to help you follow through to manifest your dreams, your desires, your prayer life, your meditation life. I'm here to help you, to show you that you no longer, when you're holding the hand of that child, you can no longer be afraid. And sometimes we got to pull the child outside of us and begin to hold that child, and then we can walk. Sometimes we got to pull the child out in order for us to begin to walk. Sometimes we got to pull the child out in order for us to begin to walk. Sometimes we got to pull the child out in order for us to begin to walk. And so we begin to walk when we hold the hand of the child. And then when we lift our eyes up, because we can't see, we can't feel, but when we trust, sometimes you can't see everything, and sometimes you can't feel everything, but the one thing you can tell yourself is to trust. Just trust. Sometimes we can't see everything. Sometimes we can't feel everything. Sometimes we don't know everything. But the one thing we can tell ourselves is to trust. And just put your head down and walk in trust. Begin to walk in that dark space of trust, so that when you lift your eyes up, focus on the beauty, so that when you lift your eyes up, beauty you will begin to behold. Take in this mountain view once again. Take a deep breath in. Inhale through the nose. Let it rise, let it rise, let it elevate. Let it sit at the top of our crown. Let us hold that breath, taking in this view for about 10 seconds. Hold that breath. Continue to take in all the oxygen around you in this space, the fresh, clean oxygen. And begin slowly to release that breath through your lips. When we release our breath through our mouth, when we inhale through the nose, what we do is we exchange the information that is going on already inside of us. So when we breathe in through the nose, we do an exchange of information. The information that's inside of us become exchanged with new information, and the new information is this prayer and meditation you've gotten today. And so we exchange the oxygen cells and the molecules that goes on inside of our brain with new information. So every time you inhale through the nostril, you're exchanging old information for new information. And then when you breathe out through the mouth, you're settling within the soul. That's why we call it deeper into God, depths into God. Because of prayer and meditation, because when we breathe out through the mouth, the soul settles. The soul, what they say, Gary Gukoff wrote a book called The Seat of the Soul. And that is to sit in your soul. That is to sit in your soul. So when we breathe throughout the mouth, we're sitting inside of our soul. And you breathe through, you do that slowly. So you can feel your soul present, sitting inside of your being. So let's do that again. Let's do that. Let's do that breath. Let's do it. Let's breathe in through the nose. Take the information that was told to you today and exchange it with the old information inside. Breathe through the nose. Let it rise. Let it rise. Let it elevate. Let it sit now at the top of our crown. For 10 seconds. And now when we exhale slowly through a small opening in your mouth. A very small opening. Just breathe out and empty your body of oxygen. Empty it out. Don't just exhale 2 seconds. Exhale until there is no breath left. Exhale all the way until your stomach is touching your back. Exhale every ounce of air out, but do it slow. Weird when you recognize how much oxygen you actually leave in your body when you exhale. Until I told you to do that exercise, it's weird how much oxygen you leave in your body. During meditation, yeah, practice that type of breathing, but throughout your day, you don't have to. But always try to empty your body of every oxygen cell in your body when you're exhaling, so you can feel the soul sitting. You can presently feel that. You should be able to literally presently feel your soul resting in your body. From head all the way to your toes. Follow through. Follow through. Follow through. Follow through on all things. Follow through on what you desire. Just follow through. I want to release you from the meditation. Maybe you got comments you want to comment. And I want to release you with this bell from the meditation, because I want you to take away from the meditation I guided you in, and when you are looking at the child and you're recognizing that the child is you, that is always afraid, the fear and the afraidness inside of you is the child that just needs assurance of love and protection. And so sometimes we got to pull the child out to actually be in a state of love and protection for the child. Because if we leave the child in, we'll stay in fear. Sometimes we got to go into a deep meditation and pull the child out so that there is a love and a protection for the child. and fear is removed. Doubt and worry is removed. Anxiety is removed. Lack of not having enough is removed. Lack of the thoughts of failure is removed. I'm not made of any substance is removed. I don't have anything to offer is removed. I don't have no skill is removed. I don't have no talent, no gift, no ability is removed. And so we got to sometimes pull the child out so that the fear is removed and trust and protection and love overcomes us. And we will wake up desiring to give that child the best. We will wake up in a beautiful space, a beautiful place, a lovely place, and a place of all things being good, being for our good. The child you are holding is the child that's really inside of you. But you must sometimes allow that child to come out so you can be more proficient in your love, more proficient in your protection of self, more proficient in your trust of self, so you can be more proficient. Sometimes it takes an outside source, and sometimes we got to use that child within to pull out as an outside source. That's why I said it's not, you cannot get something from out there saying I want to do something and get it from out there thinking you're going to get it from out there only to give it back to out there. No, it must come from within. Sometimes we got to pull the child out from within and use it as an outside source. But the child comes from within. And we use that as an outside source to begin to assure that child within us trust again, protection again, love again. Then can we truly not only heal, but divinely be in our purpose and align with the manifestations that we desire to see happen. But we got to start with pulling something from within and using that as the outside source. Never using an outside source only to give back to an outside source. There must be what I said earlier, a left and a right, a back and a front, a up and a down, a cold and a hot. There must be a duality of an exchange going on. The law of cause and effect. Let me release you from the meditation. Some of you I know gotta go. Breathe one more time into the biosphere. Breathe into the biosphere. Let that breath rise. Let it elevate. Let it sit at the top of our crown. And let it permeate within our consciousness. For 10 seconds. Let us release from the biosphere into the atmosphere. Slowly. Now from the atmosphere, let us create a hemisphere of our atmosphere. So we begin to speak these things and write these things. We begin to follow through. We begin to follow through. So we begin to speak the things. So we create a hemisphere we create a hemisphere of our atmosphere. In the atmosphere of our biosphere, what we tell ourselves, we put out in from our biosphere, we tell ourselves in our biosphere, we put out in our atmosphere. And what we do in our atmosphere, we create a hemisphere of that, a world. We create a world of that, all from within. All that came from the biosphere, all that came from within. Do we create a world? So I thank you. I thank you for joining me. I thank you for this prayer and meditation series. I thank you for going deeper into God with these prayer and meditation series with me. I thank you. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I want to shower you before I let you go. I want to shower you. I want to cleanse you. I want to renew you. I want to wash you in the spirit of renewal. And I want to say, you are done. It is complete. It is so, and so it is. You are blessed. You are enriched. You are fulfilled. You are given the most. You are great. You are loved. You are healed. You are whole. You are one. You are God. I shower you. I shower you in the manifestations of your visions. I shower you in the dreams. I shower you in trust. I shower you in honoring yourself. I shower you in following through. I shower you in being proficient in telling and writing these things down. I shower you in taking these deeper into God prayer and meditations out into the world, into your hemisphere, creating a hemisphere of your atmosphere from your biosphere. I shower you in this. I shower you in all things. I shower you in greatness. I shower you, beloved. And I shower myself because I have to renew my mind every single day. Be ye transformed by the renewing of my mind. And I am thankful. I am grateful you came with me. I'm grateful you joined me. I'm grateful you're here. I'm grateful you commented. I'm grateful you're alive. I'm grateful you have a purpose. I'm grateful. You joined my prayer and meditation series. Now, I will put this out there, and this is not for anybody to specifically do. As far as, you know what, no, we must speak those things. We must manifest. So, if you desire, if you have a heart, for these last 24 days, 12 for Instagram, 12 for Facebook, for these last 12 days, I'll just say, if you benefited from this, you can donate to my Cash App at the God Obeying. And this actually it's in the comment section right here. $ the God Obeying, OBENG, the God Obeying. If you desire to throw something in the Cash App, beloved, please do so. It's up to you. It's your choice. But I'm going to let you know right now, I'm thankful for what you do give. I'm really more thankful that you joined us. You joined me. You joined me here. This is not the end of my teachings. It is the end of my prayer and meditation. I felt the wave that come over me earlier, and I believe that I'm truly done. I'm truly done. My purpose here was served, and I believe that you got what you needed. I will be back with something different. It won't be prayer and meditation. Okay? Thank you. Donate to the God Obeying. I have a PayPal, but I tend to forget the name of my PayPal. But donate to Cash App, the God Obeying. Go to my website, www.sweatforsuccess.wix.com/my site. If you desire to get my service, if you need help being healed, if you need a light guide, I'm here. If you need a healer, I'm here. If you need someone to speak at an event, I'm here. If you need a poet, I'm that too. I'm here. So thank you again. I spent the whole hour with you today. I spent the whole hour with you today. Thank you. Ashe, Atone, and Amen. I love you. I love me. I love us. For the final time of this prayer and meditation, I want to say be well and be light. Acknowledge you. I'm sorry. I always do this. Let me acknowledge you. I know I'm supposed to jump off, but let me acknowledge you. I'm just saying, if you're here, I see you. If you're here, I see you. I'm acknowledging you. I'm acknowledging you. I'm acknowledging all of you who are here. All of you who are here. If you're here, I'm acknowledging you. Okay? Okay? Thank you, Netaru, for putting up my website. Thank you for putting up the Cash App for me, too. See you guys on the other side. I'll be in Louisiana today. I'm flying out today, so I'll be there for an event. So, ciao. I love you, sis. I see you.